Good morning. Today we're going to be talking about bidding the hands from Thursday night's Raleigh Bridge Club game. These are also the common game hands for that same night. Thursday night, the Raleigh Bridge Club had 11 pairs in the 0 to 100 game and 32 pairs in the open game. So that's great attendance. We're doing super on getting people out and involved. And last week's video on bidding the hands was pretty popular. I figured I'd do another one, and hopefully this is helping you guys. Remember, we're not going to be doing anything super fancy here. Just giving you suggested auctions for how these hands might be bid with some explanations along the way. And without further ado, we'll jump into it. Board one. East opens a club, natural, not forcing. West bids a heart, 4+ hearts, 5+ points, forcing. East bids 1 spade, not forcing, 4+ spades, denies having enough hand to game force opposite, West's response. West doesn't know enough about the hand yet to place the contract. He does definitely know that the partnership has enough assets for games. When those combinations are true, in an auction like this where it's gone first suit, second suit, third suit, and we're not in a 2/1 auction, we're going to use the fourth suit to be artificial and game force. I'm going to type it into your chat box. Hit 2 diamonds here is the unbid suit. This is similar to the new minor forcing concept, but we are now committed to a game, and East is just going to continue to show what he's got. I think at this point, East, if you play a style that would have raised West's hearts on 3 of them, 2 hearts here can say, maybe I have a doubleton heart. It all depends on whether East has denied 3 hearts earlier. I would say that in an auction like this, if I'm sitting East, my 1 spade bid showed a unbalanced hand. And typically if I have unbalanced hands that also include 3 hearts, I would have preferred to raise hearts. So if I'm sitting East here, I'm thinking I don't have a stopper in the 4th suit. Like, I've got a pretty balanced hand, but I don't have a stopper in the 4th suit, so I'm not going to go bidding 2 no trump here. I don't have any extra shape to show partner. I've already described 5 clubs and 4 spades, basically. And if partner knows that he would have heard about 3 hearts on the second round of the auction, I give it 2 hearts here to say I have a doubleton heart. And that's really all West needs to hear at this point. He knows the partnership doesn't have slam assets because East hasn't done anything interesting or forcing at any point. And he also knows that the partnership has a 6-2 heart fit, therefore bids the heart game. South has 15 balanced. Balanced shapes are 4-4-3-2, 4-3-3-3, and 5-3-3-2. If you have one of those shapes and 15 to 17 points, you should always be opening a no trump. Very easy auction there. Oh, what do you know? We have another 15 to 17 with a 4-4-3-2 shape. What do you think we're going to open it? So West sort of wants to get some sort of bid in here with 7-3-3 shape. I think you definitely merits bidding. It's not my intention to get into any sort of conventional ideas here, so the simplest way that we might show diamonds when they open no trump is bid diamonds. And East here should maybe be tempted to bid, but if we remember that the reasons we bid over their no trump are based on shape and not necessarily constructive, and we can sort of tell that the hand might be a misfit here, right? Because we've only got a singleton diamond. I'm a little bit reticent to do something like introduce spades here. You know, just if partner doesn't have a spade fit, we get one level higher. Partner might think we have a better hand than this. So I think I'm just passing with the East hand. And South should actually probably make a takeout double here. I'm short in diamonds. I have support for everything else. North could bid 2 hearts. Technically, his clubs are longer than his hearts, but 2 downsides of bidding clubs here instead of hearts would be, first of all, partner's takeout double is really going to emphasize the majors. So we're almost surely looking at his having 4-4 in the majors here. Yeah, I get to keep the auction at the 2 level, and if, you know, potentially, I guess it's not very likely on this auction, but if there were any lead directional value, hearts is the suit we want led. So this is why I'm bidding my 4-card suit rather than my 5-card suit in response to the takeout double here. And it rolls back around to West. I think I'd just be done at this point. Onward and upward. West has an opening hand with 5-5 in the majors. We always start with our higher ranking of 2 5-card suits. So West bids 1 spade. This is natural, meaning it shows the suit that we bid, and it's not forcing. If partner doesn't have any hand, she can certainly pass 1 spade. And passing 1 spade is in the realm here with 5 high card points for East. But when my partner opens at the 1 level in a suit, one of the situations where I would really strain to keep the bidding open is when I have an ace, and here I have an ace. So I would go ahead and bid 1 no trump with the East hand. And if you're playing 2/1, you're probably playing this as forcing or semi-forcing. You could be playing it natural, kind of no matter if you're playing standard or 2/1, and you decide to bid with this East hand. 1 no trump is just your catch-all. Okay, you certainly don't have enough hand to be bidding a new suit at the 2 level. You can't raise spades. If you decide you want to chirp, 1 no trump is the only thing left. South doesn't have enough to come into this auction. Not a good enough club suit here. And West is going to show the other 5-card suit. 2 hearts here is sufficient. 3 hearts would be game forcing, and I don't think we have enough hand for that. And East is probably done at this point. And they play 3 hearts, or 2 hearts. On to 5. North has 10 high card points in 5-5 shape. We already talked about with 5-5 shape, you're going to open the higher ranking suit. So here, diamonds before clubs. South bids 1 spade. This promises at least 5 points, and at least 4 spades is forcing for 1 round. So West has kind of an interesting position here. She'd really like to bid diamonds and have it be natural. And the question is, would a 2-diamond bid be natural here, or would it be something else? Well, if we wanted to show the other 2 suits, say hearts and clubs here, we can make a takeout double. And if we wanted to show a big hand with stoppers and diamonds and spades, we could bid 1 no trump. So if we don't need that 2-diamond bid as an artificial bid to show the other suits, we can probably just go ahead and bid 2 diamonds natural in this type of auction. This would be one of the few instances where bidding one of their suits is actually natural. So I hesitate to bring this up a little bit because it's a bit of an advanced point, but if you realize that you have double available to show the other 2 suits, it kind of becomes intuitive that you could bid 2 diamonds or 2 spades here as natural. Like, look, I know they said they had this suit, but I've actually got king, queen, jack, 10, 9, 7th here, and I definitely want to bid. So again, to recap, most times when you bid their suit, it's going to be a convention, Michaels, showing other suits, control bidding, showing your partner you have a good hand in support for them. But on this particular auction, this Q bid is natural. I have diamonds. And at this point, if I'm north, I really don't want to, with West bidding diamonds now, and I have no fit for partner, I really don't think I want to introduce this king 9 8 7 6 suit at the 3 level, so I'm going to go ahead and pass. Keep in mind that when they bid on your right, even if your partner made a forcing bid, if they bid on your right, you're off the hook. So I'm going to use this opportunity to stop bidding with my 10-point hand that has warning bells going off. And now south, you just kind of shrug and bid 4 spades. And that's going to be it. On to 6. Let's check the loser count on east. It's 2 spades, 2 hearts, 1 club, 1 diamond is 6. We have an extra queen. And when I say extra, it means we have 1 more queen than we have ace. Okay. So we're going to add a half a loser for having a queen surplus. We get to 6.5. That's enough hand to open the bidding. So we're going to open 1 spade, not 2 spades. 2 spades would be more committal towards the spade suit and more offense to defense. This hand has plenty of defense, and it has 8 of its 11 high card points outside the spade suit. So we're opening 1 spade. And good gravy. We have 20 high cards. So kind of the only thing we can do here is double. Okay, we've just got too much hand to do anything else. This is not a, it turns out we've got a penalty double. Like if we had double available to me and I can beat 1 spade, I'd be fine doing that too. But here, what partner is going to play us for is actually shortness in spades with support for the other suits. But remember, when we make a double, the other kind of hand we can have is one that's just too strong to do anything else on the first round of the auction. So my initial plan with this hand is to treat this as 20 balanced. I know you've got a singleton diamond, but what else are we going to do? They bid our 5-card suit. We have stoppers in it. We have 20 points. So I'm going to sell the idea to my partner that I have a balanced 20 count. And the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to double, partner chirps, and now I come back with no trump, which partner should read is about 19 to 21 points. Why wouldn't it just be 15 to 18? Because I would have overcalled 1 no trump with that. So doubling and then bidding no trump is going to show something like a 2 no trump opener. And I think that's the best information that I can send my partner on this particular hand. So we'll double and see what happens. I think West really wants to get involved here. North is going to bid her longest suit, which also happens to be a major. That's great. 2 hearts. And I'm going to follow it up with my plan here. 2 no trump showing the balanced 20 to 21. You could potentially just bid 4 hearts. I still want to show my partner that I have this balanced hand with 20. So perhaps raising hearts is right here, but let's take you down this path just to show you what this auction should mean. And North is going to reason, okay, partner has some hearts with me. Partner has a huge hand, 20 to 21. I'm willing to bid game with this. And that's it. Board 7. West has an opening hand with 5 diamonds and 4 spades. 18 count. She opens a diamond. Natural, not forcing. East, I think, wants to keep the auction alive here. She has a misfit for partner, and she has a 5-card major. Having that 5-card major and being vulnerable without support for partner, these are reasons why I would want to fudge a little bit on my response. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bet a heart with the East hand. Forcing. It promises 4 hearts. It promises about 5 points. But those are uncapped, right? You could have the rest of the deck here. New suits by responder are forcing. West continues with a spade. As we talked about earlier, this indicates an unbalanced hand. It's natural with at least 4 spades. It's not forcing. And here West has just about the best hand she could possibly have for not doing something more interesting, like bidding 2 spades, which would be a jump shift. It would show the same pattern, but it would show a hand that was willing to commit to game opposite partner's potential, like 5 count. And I think I'm just going to be done with the East hand at this point. There might be some merit in raising to 2 spades. I don't want to encourage partner any more than I already have by bidding a heart. And I don't know what South can do here other than just pass. On to board 8. $13 balanced for East. 4-4-3-2 shape is balanced. Our plan is to open our longer minor and rebid 1 no trump. So we start with a diamond that's natural, not forcing. South has 15. They have a diamond stopper. Semi-balanced. 5-4-2-2 is semi-balanced. The candidates here, I'm going to discard double because I only have 2 spades. I'm going to discard 2 clubs because that's too committal to the club suit. And what's left, even though it's just slightly flawed, is 1 no trump. The reason I say it's slightly flawed is because we only have 1 stopper in their suit and we're semi-balanced. Okay, but I feel like that's the best information, the best picture we can paint for partner in 1 bid here. Okay, at least she'll know we have a diamond stopper, what our strength is, and that we're at least semi-balanced in nature. I should be very close to doubling this for penalties. Remember in a previous video we talked about, the misery of declare playing 15 to 18 balanced when your partner has an opening hand on defense and you have something like a 9 count. So if you wanted to double here, I don't think I have a problem with that. Making double slightly less attractive is the fact that they're not vulnerable. So like if we think about it kind of being nip and tuck as to whether we should double with this, if we beat them 1, we're improving our score from +50 to +100, which isn't as big a deal as if we improved our score from +100 to +200. I guess against that, you could reason that if North-South is vulnerable, maybe 100 is already a good enough score. I guess just keep in mind that the close doubles are going to be more attractive when they are vulnerable because you can get to that magic +200 score for a 1 trick set. So if you wanted to double here, I think that's aggressive and reasonable. If you wanted to pass, I think that's reasonable and slightly conservative. So I guess your other choice is raising the 2 diamonds. And I kind of just like either passing or doubling and defending 1 no trump here. But I think that covers this one's close. Going to 9. Pass followed by a pass. East has too many losers to open light. 3 spades, 2 diamonds, a heart and 2 clubs is 8. We do have a 2 surplus of aces, which would take our loser count down to 7, which is actually kind of the threshold. the fact that I've got, you know, my long suit is headed by the jack. I don't have any like jack 10 9 of spades or jack 10 of clubs. I think this one's a pass for me, as far as opening light goes. And remember, I don't open I don't open hands without some sort of reason to do so. I'm not looking at every 10 count and saying, hey, we need to open the bidding. I am suggesting that you find a reason to open if you think it's close. But this hand, I think we just need to have the discipline to pass it. Okay, but improve it by a little bit, and I would probably be opening a spade. South has 12 balanced, makes her normal opening bid of a club. West has a pretty good hand and a pretty good diamond suit. We can say that by bidding 1 diamond. North bids a heart. Natural, not forcing this time. Why not forcing? It's a new suit by responder. Well, because North passed her chance to open the bidding. So her range is now capped because she can't have a strong enough hand to have opened the bidding. So this 1 heart is natural and not forcing. East has a little bit of hand here. So I think I'm pretty tempted to double with this hand. Double is take out, and it shows spades and secondary support for diamonds. Okay, and that's exactly what I've got. I've got 2 aces. I've got kind of a crappy 5-card spade suit, and I've got a little bit of backup support for diamonds if partner wants to do that. So I'm going to double here, and it's just in the family of takeout doubles. Okay. South should raise hearts, confirming the fit with partner. Partner can do all the math now about it. How many hearts North-South has. West has bid her hand. North has bid her hand. And East has bid her hand probably. I said you could make another double here on the theory that they're at the 2 level when they want to be. Actually, let's go down that road. I think that's probably better. South has bid her hand. West at this point, kind of tempted to bid 2 spades on ace and 1. Partner's not going to get carried away with my having a bunch of spades here because I didn't act over 2 hearts when her previous double showed spades. Okay. And North now, with an extra trump, is probably going to go ahead and bid 3 hearts. As far as 9-card fits go, this one is not great because we don't have a singleton, and we do have 4/7 of our hand as defensive type cards. Like the Queen of Spades and the Queen of Diamonds are defensive cards. So as competitive decisions go with 9-card fits, I'm tempted to just let them play 2 spades here. But if we want to follow the idea that you compete to the level of the number of trumps that you hold, North would bid 3 hearts. Just realize that's what's going into the decision making here. And we're done at this point. East-West, give yourself a little pat on the back for jacking them up to the 3 level instead of letting them play 2. Remember, the good things that can happen when you don't let them play at the 2 level. You can make your own contract. 2 spades could be making. You could push them to the 3 level, right, when they can only make 8 tricks. And yeah, I guess those are the reasons that you are not letting them play at the 2 level. Oh, I guess the other thing is you could buy the contract and go down, but it would be less than the value of their 110 or 140 making their contract. So lots of good things can happen when you don't let them play at the 2 level when they want to. Okay, and want to means North has shown 4 hearts, South has shown 4 hearts, and the bidding's about to die at the 2 level. We don't let them do that generally. On to 10. East has a nice hand, opens a heart. West has game forcing support for hearts. You're not going to use your Jacoby 2 no trump bid here because you only have 3-card heart support. So I think barring anything fancy, I'm just going to start with a 2/1 in clubs. This is natural. It commits the partnership to game. It might be only a 4-card suit. In fact, it is here. And yeah, both partners at this point can just take their time describing their shape, and you don't have to worry about jumping to force or anything like that. The bidding doesn't stop below 3 no trump here. East rebids hearts, show the 6th heart. West confirms that hearts are trump by raising them. Someone called this flagging hearts as trump. And again, keep in mind, West doesn't have to jump to 4 hearts here. She can accomplish setting trump, and she already accomplished setting up a game force. So you could bid 3 hearts here, and this is where control Q bidding might take over. Okay, because East-West know for control Q bidding to happen, kind of 2 ingredients have to be met. First of all, we know what trumps are, and we do as soon as West bids 3 hearts. And second of all, we have to know we're in a game forcing auction. And we knew that as soon as West bid 2 clubs. Okay. So let's see how this control bidding would work. East could bid 3 spades, saying, in my book, it says, we're not off the first 2 spade tricks. Okay, I either have first round or second round control of spades, and I'm cooperating with some sort of slam venture here. Okay. And West has really got to love that her partner could Q bid spades, because she has the ace of clubs, the ace king of diamonds, and the queen jack of trumps. So what we're looking at this point is at least a 9-card trump fit. We have 3 quick tricks on the outside. We have the queen of trump, and the jack of trump is also a good card. And we have a partner who could Q bid the suit that we were worried about, the spade suit. So I actually think that West can kind of just take over here. Let's do a quick thing on how 4 no trump 1430 works. For no trump says, if you are playing the 1430 convention, it says, partner, we don't have any side suits that are unaccounted for, and please let me know how many of the 4 aces and the king of hearts you hold, because there's 5 important cards. Partners' responses are going to be 5 clubs shows 1 or 4, and 5 diamonds shows 3 or 0. That's the 1430 part. Also, 1430 is what you score for a slam if you're vulnerable. Okay, so 1-4 is the first step. 3 or 0 is the second step. 2 key cards without the queen of trump would be the third step. 2 key cards with the queen of trump would be the fourth step. So here, East counts as key cards, and those are ace of hearts, king of hearts, ace of spades, 3 of them, and would bid the second step, the 30, the 3 or 0. And you would type into the explanation, 0 or 3 key cards, trump. You'll notice here, if you want to put a suit symbol in an explanation or in the chat box, the way to do that's the exclamation point followed by the first letter of the suit that you want to talk about. And when it gets back to West, she's like, okay, sweet. Looks like partner has the ace of spades, the ace king of hearts. We have all the key cards. Definitely committed to 6 no trump at this point, or excuse me, at least 6 hearts at this point. And I don't have anything huge in reserve for the fact that I've 2/1'd, I've key carded, right? I've asked partner how many key cards she has. In that context, I don't really have a whole lot extra. I can let my partner know that all the key cards are accounted for and that we're committed to at least 6 hearts by bidding 5 no trump. And if for some reason partner could count up to 13 tricks here, she would be invited to bid the Grand Slam. Failing that, what you can show as East here is a specific king below the trump suit. Okay, so if we had, say the king of clubs or the king of diamonds, in response to this 5 no trump bid, we could bid 6 clubs or 6 diamonds in case that's what partner needed to hear about. Here we don't have any of those, and looking at the East hand, there's no way to be able to account for all 13 tricks. So all we do is just sign off in 6 hearts, and that would be the end of it. And 6 hearts is pretty good if you look at it. We have 6 heart tricks. We have the ace king of spades is 8. The ace king of diamonds is 10. The ace of clubs is 11. And we are going to be able to either ruff a diamond in the dummy, or the diamonds will be 3-3. Okay, so even if they try and thwart this plan, say by leading trump, okay, we can play ace king of diamonds and a 3rd diamond, and one of 2 things will happen. Either the suit will split 3-3, at which point our little 3 of diamonds is good, or the diamonds will break 4-2, but we can ruff that 4th round of diamonds with the queen of hearts. So we're getting 3 diamond tricks either way to go with our 6 hearts, our 2 spades, and our 1 club for 12. Perfect. On to 11. This is enough hand to open in my book. It's 2 spade losers, a heart losers 3, 2 clubs is 5, 2 diamonds is 7. We have a surplus of queens, so we're actually at 7.5. I'm kind of comfortable calling this a semi-balanced hand. Having singleton kings is kind of as good as having a balanced hand, like as having a doubleton. I'm not vulnerable. I do want to open this hand. I'm going to go ahead and open it a diamond. North is going to bid 1 heart, 4 plus hearts, 5 plus points, forcing. East has no reason to get involved. South can bid 1 spade here. Again, 4 plus spades. Not enough to do anything fancy in game forcing. It's not forcing. Okay. So we're suggesting an unbalanced hand. 4 plus spades, longer diamonds. Perhaps you've only got 4 diamonds and 4 spades, and not a super strong hand because we haven't jumped. And North has 11 with the club stopped. The 4th suit is stopped. So I think what I want to do here is bid 2 no trump. And this is natural and invitational. And it highly suggests that we have that 4th suit stopped. I'm not particularly worried about my partner having 3 hearts, again, because she has suggested an unbalanced hand by bidding 2 suits to begin with. And if she had an unbalanced hand with 3 card support for me, she very well might have bid 2 hearts on the 2nd round of the auction. So I'm not too worried about losing a 5-3 heart fit here. The other thing is, if she did happen to have 3 hearts, she could always come back and bid 3 hearts over 2 no trump. So any fear that you're missing hearts here is probably a little unfounded. So 2 no trump, natural, invitational, not forcing, invitational. Partner, do you have anything extra? And South says, well, I kind of scraped together an opening bid. There's nothing else about this hand, and we're done. We have yet another martial opening hand. It's almost like the gods are laughing at me here for suggesting a theme of opening the bidding light. So I have 3 spade losers, a heart is 4, 2 clubs is 6, a diamond is 7. I have a surplus of queens, that takes us to 7.5. My long suit is not good. However, I am not vulnerable against vulnerable. So yeah, what the heck, let's go ahead and open a club. North has a nice hand with 5-5 and spades and diamonds. And just start with 1 spade here. Remember, when you overcall, you can still have a hand as good as this. Okay, the overcalling range is wide. It's something like 6 to 17, which if you think about it, that's like one of the weaknesses of overcalling, is that that range is so wide. And that's part of the reason why we open the bidding light, is to force them into situations where their ranges are less tightly defined. Okay, if we think about, once again, the principle of we want to define our hands tightly, well then, just first principles of war means we want the other side not to have as easy a time as defining their hands widely or tightly. Like, compare one spade here, the one spade overcall, which is perfectly correct. It has a range of 6 to 18. If we passed our hand and North got to open one spade, which she certainly would do, the range would be 13 plus, right? So by forcing them to overcall rather than open the bidding, we've already created some ambiguity as to what their range is. So, and East has 12 points and kind of a spade stopper with no interest in hearts and only 3 card support for partners opened minor. So this is a toughie. Yeah, this is a very tough one. We can't bid something like 2 diamonds because that would promise a 5-card diamond suit. And I'll tell you that we played this board against a very strong East, and his choice was 1 no trump. So let's go ahead and do that here. Technically, he's a little bit overweight for 1 no trump, right? Because you would think of that bid as meaning like 8 to 10 points in this auction. He's got 12, but he's also got a flat hand and a tenuous spade stopper, right? If partner can put down something like the Queen X of spades or Jack X of spades, something like that, we probably do have the spade suit stopped. But the fact that we don't really have a big source of tricks and that our stopper's tenuous, I probably, this is what was going into his thinking here as far as the downgrade slightly. And this should just go pass. West passes. North comes back in with her other 5-card suit. 2 diamonds. If I were East, I'd be pretty tempted to just make a penalty double of that at this point. I have what looks like 4 almost sure defensive tricks, and I have 12 points. My partner opened the bidding, and like double here can't be like, this is the problem with making agreements like no double below 3 spades is penalty. Well, here it's just kind of logically got to be penalty. The only thing that would make sense if it weren't penalty was hearts, like take out for clubs and hearts. It doesn't make sense because if we had clubs and a good hand, we would have cubed their suit, right? Going back to the cubidding video. If we had hearts, we would have made a negative double of 1 spade. So double here can't really be anything other than suggesting defending 2 diamonds doubled. And if you look here, North-South is vulnerable. Oh no. Please don't. Uh-oh, too many players online. Oh. Internet may be off. Don't think that's the case.